Let's go, Richard. We got Richard fans in the chat. Here we go. All right, game is underway. This is Richard, UCLA's top board against University of Washington's bottom board. So Richard is the favorite to win this one, but only by about 300 rating points. So Washington has a strong team. This is Washington's A team. This is UCLA's C team. So dude, I might have to hold on. What team is University of Washington C in? Oh, where's Salmon? Here he is. Oh. Okay, this is somewhat annoying. 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna have to take away the scoreboard, but luckily, no one has scored anything yet. So I'm gonna take this from you guys real quick. Let me look at this. Okay. Yeah, this would be when having like a co-commentator would be great. Because I'm doing a lot behind the scenes here. Week 8. Here we go. How's Richard doing? Oh, Richard's king is on h7. Even material. Weak pawn structure for Richard. That f6 pawn is hanging big time. Let me call. Hold on. Yo, Gerber with the raid. Oh my god. Oh my god. So embarrassing. Oh no. Oh my god. Why wasn't F6 just taken? It looked super free. I agree, Chess Jow. It was hit by the knight, the queen, and the bishop. It looks like they took it eventually. Um, Lionel, I know. I'm so late. Gerber, Julia, Aka, Gobo, Nate. What's up, everybody? Swole is in here. Yo, Sammy would do commentary. Let's go. Yo, Sammy, I'm doing UCF commentary. We're doing a UCF match today. I'll get you on for the University of Central Florida. What's up, Emad? No, I'm embarrassed, you guys. I'm embarrassed because I wasn't even commenting. I wasn't even looking at the thing. So in a minute, I will introduce you guys to Can the Karo Win, aka Atulia from UTA. I've invited him in to help me commentate because I'm such a bad commentator. But before I do that, I just want to explain to you guys that I'm like I'm trying to broadcast the match and also fix things on the side because other teams are playing. There's 6 divisions. Each division has 16 teams. So it's basically like 90 teams. The 6th division only has 10. But they're all playing like today, all at the same time. This is the one match that we're covering. And so wow, Richard wins this by resignation. That seems a bit early to me. Holy smokes. Well, down a piece, but okay. Richard will take it. So big dub for Richard. Richard, the top board for this UCLA team. Here we look at Kashak. This is Dhruv. This is the second board from UCLA C team. So the top board gets the win. This is the second board. And before I just keep going, Atulia, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Awesome, dude. So thank you for hopping in on short notice. But let me send you a link so that you can follow all the players.
Alright, sounds good. But yeah, that first match was a bit insane. I don't know
And
why he resigned that early.
here, let me give a shout out to white noise. Probably gonna be tomorrow because I have 5 hours today of CCL commentary, and I'm like so behind um on like announcing everything and planning everything. So I feel bad. I will stream today on my own channel, but we'll get to that later. So um, let me send you this link, and you can see the scoreboard of like all the players' names and stuff on the stream. I'm assuming you're watching it, but
Yeah,
oh, you'll have to replace the %7Cs with like here. It's that symbol. It's not like the L or an I. It's like the straight up and down line, if that makes sense. You could also just follow the 4 players individually.
okay, I think I'll do that.
Um,
Give me
I don't know why Discord will change the thing, but yeah, there's a cool way I found to follow players on chess.com, which is nice. Okay, Joseph apparently from UCLA has not shown up, so I don't know what's going on with that. Let me actually message them. Oh, they have almost 40 messages.
Yeah, the vertical bar worked, so thanks for that.
Nice. Um, okay, so those of you that don't know, Atulia is also a streamer and a national master from University of Texas.
Oh, he flagged. Unlucky.
Ooh, so Drew goes down, and that is a big upset. Well, actually, Drew is board 2 for UCLA, so Washington has a very strong lineup. Holy smokes! Wait, that was VAR. Why is Drew playing VAR? Maybe I have the wrong team for UCLA C. But Richard got his win, so it's tied 1-1. But I'm a bit confused.
It was UCLA's board 4, I think, playing UW's
Oh,
board
you're
1.
right. Wait. Oh,
Well,
that was
that's what chat's
Kashak.
saying. Yeah.
That was Kashak. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm so out of it right now, as you can all tell. Let me pop this out. I still need to shout out Gerber for the raid. If you guys don't know Gerber, baby, he's one of my favorite people. I don't know why I thought that was Drew. All right, where are the other games though? Because
none of them have started.
I don't see Joseph online. I know Sammy. Sammy, when's UCF playing today? Do you know? I should be the one to know. Hold on, let me look it up. So just an idea of the schedule for today, you guys. I'm most excited for UC Berkeley versus Stanford, Division 1 matchup. That's going to be 6 p.m. Pacific. But after this match, we have I think it's going to be U Chicago versus University of Central Florida after this. So maybe I'll give Atulia a break for an hour and have Sammy do the commentary with me. He is from University of Central Florida, so that would be exciting. And then after that match at noon Pacific, we have University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign B team versus Temple's A team. And then 4 p.m. Pacific, we have USC's A team versus University of Florida's A team. Don't ask you, Sammy. You don't wanna hang out with me? Doing some commentary. Yo, Spyro in the chat, rooting on Temple. I love to see we got Chess Jawa from Chicago. We got some Temple players in here. We got Sammy from Central Florida. I mean, everyone's represented today. Obviously, a bunch of UCLA fans. Don't ask about the time. Okay, that would make sense. Sammy's an OG. Okay, I'm getting tagged. Where do Division 6 teams update their match results? There's no place for Division 6 teams. Whoops. Sorry. Dude. Okay, someone from UCLA or Washington tell me where their games are. Where is everybody? Who's missing? Have we reached out to Joseph? Your opponents were a no-show. That is really unfortunate, if true. Okay, we have another game from Kashak. So UCLA's 4th board against, I presume, their 2nd board. Oh, for the A team?
UW's second board.
Yeah, Chess Elephant. I almost called you by another name. But 15 minutes is forfeit. So if they aren't there from that, then they're gone. Ooh, we have this
Ooh, A6
interesting.
is a
Yeah,
yeah, A6 is a weird move there. You
normally
should
you would
play
see
D6.
D6. Exactly.
If you want to play A6 there, you should play D6 on move 2 instead of playing Knight C6.
Okay, but Queen E7, looking for a queen trade.
Yeah, it's definitely playable, but it's just different.
It's awkward for sure. That's one thing. Like you know a lot of theory that I've never learned. So eventually you're gonna have to teach me the Karo Khan.
Yeah, that would be fun though. I love the Karagan. Everything else is a bit bad though right
I
now.
I think that's there's got to be some story behind your username, right?
Oh, it's just so I used to play a lot more growing up, and I would have a joke with this IM that like the Karakan was not a good opening for winning, and so the name was born. Oh, he had knight d5 there instead of bishop h4. No, whenever a piece is pinned, you just attack it.
Mm-hmm. So missed opportunity. So black should probably anticipate for this move. Do you think
Yeah,
they're
but
considering G5?
I love g5. I think if black plays g5, because g5 you can follow with something like queen b4, and then you're threatening like knight takes e4, queen takes b2. I mean, it ruins your king side, so there is that. But
Mm-hmm. But who needs king safety, right?
yeah, like you win pawns, and that's what's more important in chess. Oh no, knight d5 again. Ah, he sees it this
There
time.
it is. Yep. So now black will have to take on f6 with a pawn, ruining their pawn structure. So,
Yeah, but the queen's coming fast. Like knight takes f6, queen h5 or something. Because you can't go king h7 because of queen f5 check. Oof. Black's in some serious trouble here.
when you're playing, you're typically board 3, right?
Yeah, we've got a GM on board 1 and another 2300 on board 2.
Have you have you always been board 3 or have you been like board 4 before or no?
No, this year we couldn't find a fourth. So we're playing like 2900 chess.com on board 1, 2700 on board 2. I'm around 24, and then our board 4 is like 1650. So,
Hmm. It's an interesting lineup.
yeah, unfortunately we couldn't find a board 4, but Roofing's been destroying it, so
That is
the
always
winner.
nice to have a grandmaster on your team.
Yeah, definitely.
Most schools in the league do not have that. But yeah, this is a Division 3 matchup. So UCLA C team actually has had a really rough go with their pairings because they are playing against A teams throughout the league, such as this Washington team. So apparently Washington. Wait, only 3 schools have a GM. I don't. Is that right? I know Mizzou does. I know
Mizzou,
you do.
Princeton.
I know
Yeah, I know
Princeton
Andrew.
has Tang.
Yeah.
That is 3. I don't know. Are there any other GMs? I
There's
know.
none in our division. Ours has multiple IMs. They've got Josiah, Josh Shang. Like, there's many IMs, but
Does
no GM.
Berkeley Joshua Shang is a
Yeah, he's
GM?
an IM. No.
Oh, well, okay. Someone in
Very
chat was
close. He
saying.
has 2 norms, I think. But he's not a GM as of
I
yet.
figured he was an IM.
Yeah, he's really good.
There are a couple IMs that I know in the league. UCLA had one last year.
I don't remember who they have this year. I think we played them. Oh, yeah, our match went into, like, extra time.
Does Harvard have a GM?
I don't think so. I mean, I can.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, Harvard had. I think Aaron's an FM. He might be an IM, but he's not a GM for sure.
Okay. Let me try to follow
Ernst
Joseph
Nathan?
again.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Chess Java.
Joseph is not, unless I have the username wrong, which I very well could have it wrong. But it's saying unable to follow, which means he's not in live chess.
He would be playing Varun, I think, right? So I can try following.
Well, Varun is playing. Uh, this is no, this is Richard. Yeah, Varun is playing Richard right now, and this is actually a close matchup. They're both 1900s. So
They're like jumping all over.
yeah,
I think
Kashak is in a really tough spot. So we'll look at Joseph and Varun's game.
Alright. Yeah, this game looks a lot more cagey. I think White just has to figure out what to do with this D2 knight. Like, where do you want it to go? Because right now it's not doing much.
Yeah, so I think like the positions are relatively pretty even. White just has this bad knight for now, and so probably you'd like move the queen somewhere and they get the knight to f3.
Yeah, you
And
could, if you were feeling like you could go F1 E3 as well. I don't know what it's doing on E3 either, though.
it's going to g4 to trade off the knight.
Ooh, the C3 pawn is a big weakness for White because you can't play C4 because D4 is
Well,
always going to be
what's
in
interesting is you could hang it and then you have bishop h7
yeah.
check, yeah. So
Ooh, I
we'll
wonder
see.
if he'll play like A4. No, he guards
No,
it.
so yeah, a2 was hanging. So yeah, this makes sense. This defends both pawns. But I did like that like a4
Yeah,
idea.
you just sack the pawn. I missed bishop H7.
Well, I'm sure in the actual game when you have like 4 minutes, you would
Oh, for
probably.
sure. Yeah. But I was so interested with this knight on F1 because I feel like it somehow got worse. I didn't think that was from D2. Okay, where does it want to go? Maybe I'd love to get it to E5, but I feel like your idea of just moving the queen, going knight F3, knight E5 was the shortest path.
We have FIDE Master Julian Landau in the chat. Thank you for the follow. He's one of our best players from UCLA. He's not playing this week. I don't think he played last week either, but he's had some very exciting news in his life. He recently got matched with a hospital affiliated with Harvard. So congratulations to Julian. Gonna be a anesthesiologist. Making big moves over the board and in real life. So definitely give him a follow if you can.
To Dr. FMJ Law.
Yeah, Dr. Master Julian Landau originally from Berkeley and then did MD PhD at Caltech and UCLA. So he could technically play for either Caltech or UCLA, but he knows UCLA is where it's at, so that's where he chose to play. And now he's going to be moving on to bigger and more exciting things. This would be, I think, his last year of eligibility to play for the league. So hopefully he'll have some matches when UCLA makes the playoffs.
They've got a decent shot, I think, right?
UCLA last year got third place, only behind SLU and Mizzou, who took first and second. So this year, I think...
this year, somehow, we're doing well. But...
Well, yeah, I think Mizzou is the clear favorite overall.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But then after Mizzou, there's a lot of teams, especially in that Group B, and I'm thinking mostly Berkeley, of course, University of Texas. Like, you guys beat that Berkeley team, which was very impressive. And then UCLA.
I don't know what they were doing, but we'll see.
So I think you guys beat UCLA 8.5 to 7.5, right?
Yes.
Like,
and then we
super
beat
close.
Stanford in overtime.
Yeah.
So all the matches have been insanely close.
Okay, so Black finally takes on C3.
The 95 game ended with White winning, so that's expected.
Yeah, I saw this. So Kashak unfortunately goes down. So we'll give the point to G-Dragon. I'm still missing, I think, like 2 games from the first round, so I don't know what happened there.
What's going on in this game? It looks like Black's just in great shape. He won C3. He's just like moving up the board.
I'm still unable to follow Joseph, so
Yeah, me neither.
yeah, I don't know
Oh,
what's going on there. Although
maybe no
it
shot.
seems that he's active.
Oh,
Oh, he's on mobile.
oh wow.
That might explain it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help you on mobile. But if you're on desktop on the website, you just go to chess.com/live and things seem to work out easier that way. But
Yeah,
okay,
the
so
game's
yeah. Um okay, so right now I see there's Joseph versus Varun, and then we also have Dhruv versus Star Knight. And
Yeah.
those players are both 1600, but looks like Dhruv is up a whole bishop.
Yeah, up a bishop, D5 is falling.
Yeah,
Looks
like better pawn
very good.
structure. Yeah.
Guess you have to be careful not to. Okay, don't trade rooks and then take it, but taking it's fine. He's also always got bishop B5 check, so you don't have to worry about rook C2 too much.
Mhm. The clock though might be an issue.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully a minute is enough.
okay, so there's that bishop b5 check. Don't don't hang the c1 bishop
Yeah,
with
C1
mate.
is not a good one. Well, he has bishop F1, so it wouldn't be
That's
game
true.
over
That's true.
yet, but be pretty
It'd be
close.
close. Okay, attacking the knight, and then you're
Ooh,
gonna
he
take
had
on
rook
these.
E5 there. Basically ended the game. But I mean, that's a tough move to see with 30 seconds
Rook
left.
e5. Yeah, that is tough. Taking advantage of the pin. But wouldn't you lose that b5 bishop?
Yeah, that's true.
But
But
simplifying
like
is definitely
trading
good.
down, yeah, trading down is usually good when
For
you're up
sure.
material. Although this is good enough. How does he can't guard D6 without going like knight C5 or something? So bishop D3 is also a great move.
Yeah.
Looks like white's pretty close to winning, but again, yeah, the clock is where the
Well,
problem.
Star Knight is thinking a lot here and decides to go b5.
You can just take the knight because the
Yeah,
bishop guards C1.
exactly. And the idea is b4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh,
free rook.
free rook. Yep.
Bishop.
And he sees it.
Nice.
Okay, so that should be a win. Oh,
Ooh, the
and he
next game
just
started like
yeah,
instantly.
immediately. Okay.
What?
Here, let's go back to Joseph versus Varun.
Okay.
And let me give a point, I guess, to Dhruv. I'm pretty sure Dhruv won that, right? That was Dhruv, right? I think so.
I honestly don't remember.
I think so. I was just gonna give him a point. So
Okay.
far we have 1 point each for both teams' top 2 boards, and I don't know if the bottom 2 boards have gotten any points yet, because I still think I'm missing any game from Joseph. I don't know if his opponents have been missing or like he's just not been able to get the challenges through because he's on mobile, apparently.
Yeah, I can see Star Knight's game. Give me a sec.
Ooh. White. Okay. White takes on b5. Knight takes on d4 with the fork on the queen and bishop. Queen steps back. So now
Ooh, he
black's
doesn't take the
attacking.
bishop.
Yeah, he's going for the bishop now. I think like bishop a4 feels like the move. No, okay, bishop d3.
D3 is a bit weird. Yeah, I agree. A4 is probably.
Yeah, a4 just to defend the pawn a little bit, I guess. But like
You can
d3 is
still take
definitely more
it.
active.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't fully defend it.
It takes with the knight, smart. Knight could hop into D2, maybe reroute itself.
Okay, so pinning the knight. So the knight
You can
cannot
avoid the
move.
pin, just go rook b4, rook c8.
Okay, yeah, rook c8's played. Or Richard with low time, less than 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Also down on
Nice.
the board, so that's gonna be tough. Okay, he's attacking the knight.
Knight d2
So
wins the
that's
bishop.
yeah, hits the rook and the bishop. It's very unfortunate.
That might be GG's. Yeah, take on b1, queen c1, check.
Yeah, queen c1.
Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could go queen d2 if you're feeling like adventurous or whatever.
The computer says rook a8 is best. Going for rook a1.
Rook a8 is just
Yeah, that's just
rook
mean.
a1, queen e5, like
That's just mean. Okay, there's
Like,
that queen d2.
human move.
Ooh.
Because the rook comes to c1 and should be game over soon. Yeah, you can go rook c1 right here. Queen b8 check, just go king h7, and then you have a threat of rook takes f1, queen d1 mate.
4 seconds. I mean, Varun's taking his time here. He finds rook c1. Queen goes up. So Richard's at least playing fast, and he's defending that f1 bishop.
Are we gonna see everything get traded off the board? Queen f1.
Yeah, he
Yep.
just trades and up 2 pawns in the end game.
Yeah, and thankfully he's got more time. Because
Yeah.
if he was low on time, this could be a bit annoying. Like, I'm sure you've seen the random pawn moves that people will make.
Mm-hmm.
And you just, if you're pre-moving, you lose.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Richard, he doesn't have a lot of sneaky pawn moves to make in this position
Yeah.
either.
Yep.
But
Just go f3, king f4, or okay. Yeah, put the king on f4, e3, and just win.
yeah, and the increment is more than enough time. So simplifying is definitely really smart. To do as black, you might be like losing material, but with less pieces or fewer pieces on board, it's a lot easier to make fast moves. And just e2 there would have been more than enough.
Let's try it for some
Yeah, he's looking for a stalemate. So
Queen is
promotion there, yeah, that would have been stalemate.
You can queen now and just
Okay,
go
queen with
h1
check,
mate.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
mate. There it is. So Richard, the top board goes down to Varun. So Varun, wait, Varun and Richard are both top boards. That was their round 4 game.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm
I
so
don't know, they're kind
confused.
of jumping around with the pairings.
Oh
but-
my
well.
goodness. All right. So this is actually the first time that I've done the C team or Washington's team. So I don't know if I think I've done Division 3 before. So sometimes the lower divisions are very exciting to stream because like anything could happen on the board, which is always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes there's like these complications where like the matches are played in a funny order or whatever happened. I mean, it happens in the top divisions as well, but I had to stream a match from Washington because the website that we use for the pairings is actually made in part by the Corporate Esports Association, who found me thanks to some of the Washington schools,
awesome.
University of Washington being one of them. So yeah, they have a lot of corporate things happening up near Seattle, and so they're in good connection with the Washington's chess clubs, and so University of Washington's one of them. So definitely wanted to give a shout out to the University of Washington team for helping us set up our pairings page and help grow the league. So
Looks like there's 3 games again. So one of them is missing.
yeah, just
think-
that it might be just like Joseph can't play on mobile or something.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Alright, which game do you want to check out?
Okay, actually, I'm following him now. He has just started a game, so he's
Oh.
playing Star Knight, and they're pretty close rated. So, that being said, Kashak and Nate, their game is getting towards the end here. We could stick with this. Looks like
Sure.
Black is actually going to win the C4 pawn. with this
Yeah, and
knight
that's an
move.
important pawn because with it, the whole c file is gonna open, and b2 is gonna be really weak.
Yeah. So Nate's username backwards is Checknate. So that is a cute
Oh,
little
yeah.
chess nickname.
Huh. I would not have noticed that.
Yeah. Some players come up with some really creative usernames that I have the pleasure of seeing. Um, some usernames are just terrible, like not worth repeating.
Dang, okay.
Uh, but that's a whole nother story. That's something I would talk about maybe on my own personal stream. um, all right, I'm getting pinged by someone.
Okay. So this game, yeah, it just looks like black is doing very well. Because if you look at white's position, they've not got really anything to attack. Like, you're fully on the back foot here. The only square that looks tempting is e5, but how do you get a piece there? Your bishop on e5 isn't going to do anything. So I think if I was white here, I'm just trying to contest the c file and then hope for a draw, basically. Because yeah, you just I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like you
the
can't play
b-pawn
aggressively.
moves. The a pawn now falls. The queen's hit,
And
so
now what? Queen b2 maybe?
okay, so queen
No.
here, but now just like knight b5.
Yeah, knight b5 looks pretty good. I'm
Don't
also
even
looking at
need
bishop
it.
b4.
Yeah, bishop b4 is looking really good too, just attacking the knight.
Yeah, just seeing what white's gonna do, because it's one of those like all of white's pieces are developed or whatever, but none of them are doing anything. They're just like he's followed the opening principles, but then what? Ah, rook a7 maybe. Rook a7 is enough compensation, I think. I actually think white's fine after rook a7. Yeah.
Yeah, so it hits the pawn and x-rays the bishop, so you can't just move the pawn. Also, those black pawns on the b file are very weak.
Doing a great job stopping the rook from being useful.
Yeah, the rook cannot defend the pawn, so ideally you would play like rook c7 to try to double up the rooks on the c file and also defend the b pawn.
I
But
don't
that
think you
bishop,
can guard either b pawn. I think you lose both the pawns here.
yeah, so the rook goes to defend the bishop, but now, yeah, now that b pawn, okay, b4.
Bishop d2, rook b8. Okay. Huh. Maybe I go rook a1, rook a7. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kashak here finding some really good defensive resources, especially given the time pressure and the tough position that he has. Now finding equality. Ooh, that's a
Ooh,
big
free rook.
blunder. Yeah,
Let's go.
check
That's
Nate.
kind of wild that he plays rook b8.
Yeah, I
the
think
move
that
after
I think he definitely like realized initially and then just
forgot.
maybe out of frustration just had a mind slip. And here like
Dang.
you could take that. You could double up on the 7th.
Yeah. You go rook a7. If he goes bishop f6, you go bishop e5, or you can interpose.
This is
Again, you
still
can go rook
fine.
a7.
Yeah, you
here.
could. I think just holding onto the bishop is smartest because, like, rook a7 can still come.
True. Yeah.
Oh, wrong rook a7. So we didn't
Maybe he wants to
specify.
play rook a8.
That's also true.
He could have just gone rook b8.
He could have gone rook b8. Oh, 8 sec. Okay, so trying to trade this off.
Okay, bishop
Looks-
goes back to f4 now into d6. I don't know. You got to play fast.
Yeah, 4
don't flag
seconds.
this.
Kashak just going defensive here, defending b3.
Bishop d2. Take on b4. Resigns. It's not gonna resign. He has
Take
5 seconds. But
3
take on
seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh my god. Just defending everything. The king is cutting out. Ah, yeah, you missed this b4 idea, which would have been really good.
Oh,
But,
bishop
okay,
d6.
but now he's. Oh no,
No.
he blunders it back. Okay, now black is in the lead.
f2 is hanging. g3 is hanging.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The time pressure.
Black needs to think. Just use like a few
Both.
seconds.
Yeah, checkmate is up a pawn now.
Rook goes back to b2. But then bishop e3. But then g5.
Bishop e3. Yeah,
Yeah, bishop e3
g5.
and then
Okay, so
g5.
bishop goes back to e1.
But now e3. Yeah.
Dang.
Okay.
Okay, king g2
King g2 is forced. And you could
takes.
play e2 and just leave the pawn there, but I don't know.
Oh, Kashak up a rook, but no time.
It's unfortunate. That's why we were talking about last game, right, where you try to simplify and
Yeah, he
you leave
missed that bishop b4
on the
idea.
board.
That bishop b4 attacking the pinned bishop would have been.
Yeah, you should always be careful if your
Oh,
opponent
once
only
he's got
has
no time.
one.
Yeah.
High flags, unlucky. But yeah, if
Oh,
your opponent only has like one piece, just especially if it's a bishop, just don't put your pieces on the same color.
it's
Like
great
if your
advice.
king's on h2, just leave your rook on light squares, and the bishop can't do anything. But unlucky. I mean, that would have been a big upset. Too. Just a bit unfortunate.
Okay, so what game do we look at now? Druve only has 40 seconds.
Sure. Ooh, White's the VAR is playing very well
Yeah,
in all of his games.
Varun is killing it. Um,
Because I don't know how you stop like the simple queen h4 and then a piece lands on h7.
yeah, Druve just has no time. 20 seconds to over 3 minutes.
84, just knight takes e4.
Yeah, it's a pawn there.
Oof. Knight takes e4, knight takes e5. Knight f6 doesn't work. I wanted it to work, but I don't think it does.
Yeah, I do think taking on e5 though at some point is gonna be.
Oh, he just takes back, but now bishop takes e4, and then
Yeah,
how do you
that
stop bishop h7?
pins the knight, and yeah, that h file is just brutal. Bishop h7 check, king h8 is forced.
You could even play slowly, just go fe, yep,
Just
queen
takes.
g3, and then eventually... Queen g3 also threatens, like, bishop discovery, rook h8.
How
Check,
bad is queen
and then
c6?
queen
Bishop
c6, I
e4.
think queen g3, I hope. But yeah, of course bishop e4 just wins the queen, but...
Yeah. Okay, so just bishop takes
So
g6.
is it worth it for the mate, though? Yeah, just take on g6 or go queen g3. Honestly,
Yeah,
anything.
I think Druve is just done here. Unfortunately, I think the clock is a huge issue, as well as the position. Yeah, just queen
GM move
g3.
is you go all the way back to b1. Just
And just queen
no way to...
g3 now.
Yep. And then the rook's hanging. It's game over.
That's mate. All right, let's look at Joseph's game.
Okay.
So he's also very low on the clock, only 20 seconds. So that was another point for Varun. So Varun has played everyone except Joseph, I believe.
I think so.
Okay, so what is going on here? This is an even position materially, but black has a huge space advantage.
Yeah, and that should be decisive. But he might be overextending his pawns. Like the knight might be on defensive duty now. If the white knight gets to like a3 or something.
Okay, so the knight's trying to get to d3.
Oh, knight a3. You win the c pawn there. Unlucky. He's only
Knight
got 20
a3.
seconds.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't...
true. There's another check on f3. But then, like, king f6. Okay, king f5, you just keep giving
prepare?
checks, right? Yeah, so the king's going to have to find a new... I mean, king f6 at some point is just going to be... Okay, king g6. Now there's f3 check. Not that that really does anything.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to play f3.
Yeah,
But
but
okay,
there it
goes
is.
fine.
The checks are just so, you know...
It's tempting, especially with like a few seconds on his clock. But now knight d3.
Okay, knight d3, and you'd play b3.
But then knight c1 check.
That is
And then
annoying.
take the b
There's
pawn.
also still that knight a3 idea.
I don't think it's fast enough though, because when you take
Because
on
the knight
b2,
takes on
that's...
b2. Yeah, it defends.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Well,
think
black
knight
is
d3
thinking. Yeah, knight d3 is just the most obvious move that stands out.
for sure.
Yeah, Nate Washington has a check Nate username. Okay, 5 seconds for Richard.
Oh, he does go
Okay,
for knight
knight.
d3.
No, he goes knight b4, which is very interesting because now you just take on b2, right?
Yeah. how does the knight get out? I guess you go to a4 at some point in time.
Okay, a5, and then the knight can come back to d3.
Oh, or d3, yeah.
Yeah,
White's
so now
playing wild.
black's up a pawn at this point, though.
Yeah. But it's still not easy to find a break with black.
Mm-hmm.
Because the king has no entrance on, like, the pawns are somehow guarding all the king square. And black's down to 20 seconds now. I don't know, white might have hung a pawn, but he's playing quite well.
This knight is going after h5. Oh,
Okay, I
both
don't know
pawns are
about
hit.
that. I don't know about the white knight. He played super well, and then he just started moving his knight all over the board.
Hey, any plan is better than no plan.
That's true. Yeah, for sure. Like, if he sat there for 2 more seconds, he flags, so...
Julian, this is your fellow collegiate chess league player, Atulia from University of Texas. He's also a streamer, so giving him a shout out. He is a national master, so I had to bring in a stronger player to give professional commentary.
I don't know about professional.
Yeah, these
Okay,
black
now
pawns now
black.
are going to be too much. Okay,
Yeah.
Joseph actually won his first game against Star Knight. So
Nice.
Joseph gets a point on the board. And I'm still confused as to like what happened in the first round
Or the second round.
or any of the rounds. Yo, imagine queen b2 check. Okay, queen up. Mate next. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so G Dragon gets a point. Okay, so there's Varun playing his fourth game against Joseph. I
don't know what's going on here. What is this pawn structure for white? It's very, very interesting.
there was there a pawn cube?
Well, almost. The E5
Okay.
pawn advanced a bit too far. But it's almost a cube.
Rosen-esque,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
have to
sure.
say. Varun might have been inspired by Rosen. There was actually a game played earlier this year. I found out that one of Eric's mods is actually a player in the Collegiate Chess League, and he won, I believe it was with the Stafford Gambit
Oh,
that he
wow.
learned from one of Eric's videos. So I'm gonna actually have to go back and look that up and share it on social media and like let Eric know.
Yeah, I mean, the Stafford is a great opening, but I feel like a lot of these openings, it's like once Eric makes a video about it, it just like
It's-
pops off for the next little bit.
That's what Julian's saying. He's saying Eric Rosen is ruining chess. I think
Well,
once you get to that
yeah.
level of like chess influencer, just any video you make about an opening or something, you just really can change what you see in the pool.
For sure, yeah. It's not an opening? Okay, fair. I mean, like, the Traxler or something gaining, like, it was some ridiculous stat that someone put on, I think, Reddit from, like, Lichess data analysis. But, like, the Traxler became a pretty popular opening because of Rosen. And, like, that's insane, because White's just up, like, 3 pawns worth of material for no compensation by, like, move 10. But people with black were playing it voluntarily just because Eric made a video.
You try to learn from Magnus, and all he does is king e2. Hey, man, that's theory now.
Yeah, it's a 50-50. Will you play the Berlin or will you play King E2 on? Man. Okay, but these pawns are actually quite useful for white. Because the bishop might come into G5 into F6 or something. Black's kind of cramped. That being said, I think if black plays C5 at some point in time, he'll be fine. Maybe here, actually. Yeah, maybe right now just play C5. Or F6. One of, like, the French pawn breaks. It's like the French, except you don't have your stupid bishop doing nothing. My
Okay,
friend's
f6. which makes
Oh, this game
sense.
started in a bird. Wow.
The bird's opening Dutch
Bird.
variation, which I don't know.
Well, 1.f4 is just it's strange.
Sammy, I kind of like that no one appreciates the Alpine like we do. You know? It,
Alpin's really good.
yeah, you like the Alpine?
Well, I play D4 and I play the Caracan, so I avoid it at all costs. But um, I think it's pretty good.
Sammy and I are big Alpine fans.
The
Nate
Alpine and the
hates.
London for me are the same opening, right? Like you just White gets a slight edge and doesn't have to think, but can make really good moves. And it annoys me I didn't think of it first.
Fun fact, I've beaten a grandmaster in the chess.com pool in Blitz using the Alpine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I looked through my archive. Apparently, I've played a grandmaster in the pool only one other time before, and it was back when I was like 1900 up against a 1900 grandmaster, and he crushed me.
Damn.
So I am 1 out of 2 in grandmaster games in the pool.
Hey, 50% against GMs, like that's insane. That should be
Which
your new bio. Like what?
it's
As long as
some
no other GM challenges you, you're good.
it's true. Well, it was like I just got paired with them randomly. So it's crazy, but it happens.
Chat wants to know which
Yeah,
GM
it was
the
some
Nokia
guy
bio.
from France.
Ooh.
It's recorded. Um, the
Okay, so it
guy,
could hypothetically be MBL or
it was
Andre
not,
Reza then.
no. Wait,
Okay.
Alain is in France?
Yeah, yeah, he lives in France now.
This is news to me.
Oh.
I didn't know. Must have been. He's the only GM in all of France.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 between like him or Fresnay, and Joe's beaten one of them, so we'll never know.
No, no. There's a there's a game link somewhere out there you could probably find.
How do you how did you end up drawing the one game in Ultra Bullet? That's wild.
Probably like a win on time, but like with no material.
Oh, no material. Oh, okay.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, yeah. Ultra Bullet is it's too fast.
Okay, so we're still pretty early on in all these games.
Yep.
But all 4 boards are happening right now, which is good. Like I can't complain.
Yeah.
Um, but in 6 minutes, the Central Florida match should start against U Chicago. So I know Chess Java might be listening. Oh, there he is. He's 3-0 against James and Lee Chess Bullet. Wow.
Wow. We'll pretend. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. You just have
So
to win one and then forget about the rest.
yeah, if any of the players from Chicago or Central Florida would like to wait for us to start, well, for us to be ready to do commentary, I'd like to call Sammy so that we can get some background on the Central Florida players, and also just to like set up the scoreboard and follow all the players and stuff. That'd be cool. If not, like they can start. We just might be late because I know players have busy schedules, and Atulia could attest to that.
Yeah. It- well, I don't know about busy schedule. Tomorrow I just do nothing all day. But
Well, you're on top of things. You're a good
yeah,
student.
let's go with that. Let's go.
Okay, so Rook F1 hitting the queen, probably like Queen G6.
I think so, right? Like, you could also make the argument to go E8 and that White's not threatening anything, but
Yeah,
okay, he goes
G6
Queen
is just like
G6.
much more active for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking
And
Rook F8 at some point in time
yeah,
for
you want to
Black.
contest the F file. So I mean, Joseph is playing this really well given the rating disadvantage, and he's
He's up on
also
time.
up on time, yeah, which is huge. So yeah, Rook F8, and then probably take with the knight. Okay, so Bishop E7 is very active, taking away that F8 idea.
I'm thinking because this D4 pawn is like locked in, it's not going anywhere and it's on a dark square. Black should try and trade down into like a knight and bishop ending. Because White's gonna be forced to play defensive. Because like if you look at White's bishop and all of Black's pawns basically are on light squares. It can't
Mm-hmm.
do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you could have that good knight versus bad bishop. So I think rook e8 just makes a lot of sense. Just putting
Yeah,
pressure on the bishop, so you tie down that queen on h4. Oh, and black
and
plays it.
goes with it.
So the problem is, how do you actually like? Okay, so bishop goes back to d6.
Ooh, okay. I'm instantly wanting to play knight f6.
Yeah, knight f6 was the idea. You couldn't have done it earlier because it's just bishop takes and you'd be losing a pawn, but now it works.
Maybe d first though now. Like e5. But e5 knight d7 and then
Yeah,
the bishop's even more.
e5. Yeah, the bishop's just kind of trapped in there.
Yeah. You might not even have to go back to d7. You could go g4 and be super aggressive as well.
Yeah, I like this g4 idea, looking at e3,
Yeah, maybe
hitting.
e3 to f5. Like the knight just jumps around. But like if you're right here, how do you guard this e pawn? Do you have to play rook e1
Okay,
or rook f4?
so I'm cheating. The computer likes rook f3 as well
Rook
as
f3.
rook
Okay.
f4.
Rook f3 is kind of tricky because if d, I think you have rook g3, queen f7, bishop e5. Okay, he goes for e5, but now
Mm-hmm.
I really like black's position.
Yeah, knight g4 just wants to be played.
Yeah, I feel like this knight g4, knight e3, knight f5 might actually be the best maneuver. Oh, he goes
Knight
back.
goes
Okay.
back. It's a bit passive.
Ooh, now
So
the knight and the rook are stuck. You can't move them because of queen f8, mate.
yeah, so the knight and the rook are just there to guard f8 enough.
Yeah, but the queen can't move either because of queen f7.
Yeah.
Ooh, black might be in like complete zugzwang here.
Well, that's true. I just wanted to move like the h pawn. Oh, he grabs a
Oh, that's
pawn.
queen
That
f7.
is, that's
Yep.
main too. Yikes. Yeah, I was thinking move the h pawn and get the king out of the way, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that could have worked because then you buy some time, you can move your pieces out.
yeah. So black had a really solid position. That knight g4 idea was unfortunately missed, and black grabbed the pawn there when they could not. So Varun
Yeah, with 7 seconds
capitalizes.
left.
Yeah, and Joseph just not enough time. But Varun playing really well and actually undefeated so far today. He has over half of his team's total points. So really strong. Best player from University of Washington, so to be expected, especially in one of the lower divisions. But congrats to Varun pulling through for his team. Actually, let's look at Kashak. He's only got 7 seconds.
Oh man, that's a big time difference.
Yeah, like 3 minutes to 8 seconds.
And white can go like d4, d5. Oof. I mean, white's pretty close to winning, right? If I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean bishop pair as well is really
Ooh.
used. Ooh, but this move lines up the rook.
B4.
Yeah, you can play
Yeah,
b4.
everything
There's
gets
bishop
traded off.
d2. Luckily, you trade off all the rooks. So now you have bishop pair
Well, e5
versus knight and
hanging.
bishop. Yeah, there goes e5. So now d3 is hit.
I think you have to go bishop f1 because if d4 and knight d3 anyways, and then b2 falls.
Hmm.
Ooh, white might be regretting not using some of that clock.
So let's see how well Kashak can play the rest of this game out with 5 seconds.
Okay, like a simple plan for black would be you stick the bishop on d4. Okay. You
Oh,
don't
but
hang d4.
d
That's
d4 is hitting hard. No, it did not.
Oh,
Okay,
it
so
does
now
hit.
we have
Okay.
opposite color bishops, which
Should be a draw.
it should be a draw. We can
Will
only
it
hope.
be a draw? Probably not.
I mean, with 1 second, oh my god. Okay, come on. 1 second. Oh my god,
Ooh,
2.1.
0.1. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Ah,
Kashak. Oh,
Jeez,
he's just not
that's
fast enough.
unfortunate.
There
Yeah.
it goes, man. Oh, Kashak. Tough. So
If
Star
you're
Knight
playing
gets a
black
point.
here, you somehow end up with 2 seconds. What you do is you play bishop c3, you play e5, and then you play a5, and you pre-move bishop d4, bishop c3 until the end of
Yeah,
time.
I like yeah, bishop d4 and e5 and a5. You just get the pawns on dark squares where the bishop can't attack them, and then everything on dark squares is just it's just a pre-move.
Yeah.
So that is really unfortunate. But Star Knight gets his first point for University of Washington, and that brings them up to a total of 8 points. So they're guaranteed at least a draw. That being said, wait, did Checkmate beat Richard?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to give Checkmate a point, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
so that should give the win to Washington. And I don't want to say Washington has a playoff spot because I don't know the standings, but I'm pretty sure UCLA's C team is officially eliminated from playoffs. So this is definitely their last game of the season. They had a tough go, especially in a tough Division III matchup. I know a lot of C team players weren't able to fully make all the matches. But that being said, they had some people step up. They had some good matches, and they're definitely going to be more motivated next year. Please don't look, says Rich.
With being like the third team as well.
Yeah,
It's a bit
the C
challenging
team.
going up against the A teams. Yeah.
So we'll have to see if UCLA still wants a C team next year. I think they should, because they definitely have a large enough club to do so. It's just the division matchups are kind of tough for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like, well, there's this game left.
Yeah, it looks like they'll win this one. Don't hang Rook A1, mate, please. Okay. That would have been painful. Like, they
You
already
take
lost
on
the
F5.
match to lose on that too. Yeah. I mean, okay, now White's just completely winning. If King E2, you just take on F5, it guards the F pawn.
Yeah, that's what's really nice about this is F5 is hanging and defends F2 at the same time. So F2 is the only weak pawn that's like not defended from White's, but it can be easily defended. So
Yeah.
Black just goes H4, but there goes the F5 pawn. And now,
So anything wins basically.
Yeah.
G3 is good enough.
just don't take with the F pawn.
Yeah.
Okay, so King takes. So now, okay, just defending the pawn. You can go like Rook H8.
Just
and
play
just
E4.
move that H pawn all the way up. Yeah, there's gonna be H3 check, but it's not a big deal.
Ooh, the king can't get back in time. H7. GG. Just go Rook A8. And then win the king and pawn ending. Oh, okay.
Or you just
Still...
now you have to move
Well,
the
he
rook.
hung the H pawn, but you can go Rook G8, Rook G3 or something.
You have
then
so many
you-
pawns. You can hang one or two.
Just don't flag.
Yeah, just
Now you can
don't
forget.
flag. So now you have to take with the king to not trade rooks.
Yeah, but now the king is not stuck on the H file. So you actually do have to win this position again. I mean, okay, F4, F5, it's just completely winning.
Okay, he's gonna go for E5. No, so do F4.
Yeah, F4 here just wins because the king can't get back. Is the
Oh,
point?
it also liked E5 check. I guess maybe if rook takes, you like rook
No, it
F7
would've-
or something.
Yeah, Rook F7, and then you win the
But
king.
that would have been like so much more
But-
difficult. Okay, rook F7 check.
Rook F7, E6.
Oh, ooh, hold up.
F4. I mean, it's still
okay, rook block
completely
though.
E6
Here,
check.
yeah, just E6. E6, there it
King
is.
F6, F5. GG.
Or what
Please.
about like rook E5? Yeah.
Okay, but Rook E5 is a draw, no? Is it
No,
not a draw? Oh, okay.
because what? Rook takes, pawn takes. Okay, now you have a
But
queen.
you go to the far side and then you check from the side. I think it was a draw.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
You could look
I
at
might-
this rook E5 idea.
I think
rook
E5, you
A1.
go like rook A1 and then you check from the side, and I think it might be a draw.
Maybe, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And both players had like no
Somehow
time.
After all of this, white wins.
Okay, so Drew gets a point. His second point of the day, I believe. Okay, so I think that's going to be that for the match. I don't see any new games starting, and Washington won anyway.